Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a review of PlayClaw 5, and PlayClaw 5, the developer of PlayClaw 5, was kind enough to give us copies to kind of sort of review and let you guys know what it's all about. Personally, I think PlayClaw 5 is my new favorite recording software program. A lot of people go with DxTory or Fraps, and I've used both for a very long time. I was using DxTory up until yesterday when I found this program, and I've uninstalled everything since. And I have not looked back. So basically, I'm going to give you a rundown of the interface, what it can do, and then I'm going to jump into a segment where I show you the recorder in action of what I've already recorded. I think it was from Extinction, and I'll show you guys that, so you guys can see the quality and just understand why I love this program. So first of all, the interface is really quick and easy. It's not cumbersome like DxTory, and it's not minimalistic like Fraps. So basically, you have your encoder options, which are what the file will be written as, and I have mine as fast, which is the fastest mode. It'll be really high file size, but it'll retain almost 100% of the quality, which is what I look for Play the Game, for my channel, etc. And then after that, you have the MPEG, where you can actually go into the encoder setup and change how good you want it to be. Essentially, you can change it from YUV 411 to the full color range, etc. But I prefer fast, and I can enable 720p if I am recording something that's not even 1080. I'll just keep it on 720 and we'll roll with that. And I capture everything in 60 FPS. You can change your FPS to whatever you want. It doesn't dictate what you're going to get in the game. So if you're playing a game that's at 60 FPS and you want to record in 30, you could do that without having your frame rate bogged down like Fraps does, for example. You can choose your compression threads, which is how many threads your PC has that you can use. I'll actually Control-Alt-Delete real quick so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. If you go into your task manager and go to performance, you can see how many threads you have. I have 4, so I'll use 2. Half of the threads, it's not a linear thing. It doesn't get progressively better. It'll actually have a drop-off point where it won't be as good as it can be. So I keep mine on 2. That's all you really need. If you have a 4, go with 2. If you have 6, go with 3, so on and so forth. There's a smooth frame flow option. I have no idea what this does, but from what I've understood, that it keeps the loss of dropped frames at a minimal, and it makes it look a lot smoother if you do have dropped frames. I just keep it off because I record in 60 FPS anyways. I have my draw cursor enabled. Hopefully you guys can see my cursor on the screen. That would be very useful to be able to see my cursor at this moment in time. You can convert to stereo, which is what I do because half the people on YouTube don't listen to things at 5.1 anyways, so it's kind of pointless. Just saves file size. And then over here we have mix audio in one track, and this is very important for me because mixing an audio in one track is not something you want to do when you're recording for YouTube, because you'll have the in-game volume, then you'll have you talking over your comms, or you'll have multiple things. I don't know what the third thing would be. I only have 2 audios at any given time, and I'll get into that in a minute as well. But I'll have my voice, and then I'll have the game, and I'll need to maybe I'll need to lower the game or raise my voice, or lower my voice and raise the game, so on and so forth. I have the option to do that by not mixing the audio into one solid track when I drop it into Sony Vegas. After that, you have your AVI or MKV. I couldn't get MKV to work, but that's just because I don't have the codecs for it. I prefer AVI, so I just went with AVI, and that was that. Moving on to the audio sources, you can add whatever audio source you want. If you have an audio source in your computer, you can add it to the list, and there's no limit to how many you can add. So I have my microphone, I use HDMI, so I have my HDMI audio, and then I have my headset, which I listen to. So when I'm recording, it's recording all 3 of those channels, and if I accidentally leave one of those off, it'll still pick up the audio in the game, so I don't ever miss out on any audio source that I have. I can add things, and I'll never miss out. I'll never mess up one of my recordings ever again because of that. After that, you have your overlays, and your overlays can be seen if you choose to display them. So if I have my FPS, I can enable my overlay and then show the video in screenshots, which would also show it in the video as well. It's hard to explain, but you get what I'm saying. There'll be an overlays for things like the GPU, so I can show you guys, you know, what my GPU is running at, what my CPU is running at. Recording statistics, it'll show me how big the file size is, how long I've been recording for, and the good thing about this is you guys won't see it in the videos, only I will, which is really, really good. Moving on to that, you have your basic hotkeys, you know, stopping, recording, print screening, all that stuff. But on top of that, they have a cancel video recording. So if I've been recording for like 20 minutes and I'm like, none of that footage is really good, I should just scrap it right now, I don't have to leave the game to do that. I can just hit delete and it'll wipe that file, and I can start recording again, which is really, really useful for people that play Battlefield, Call of Duty, things like that, that are just looking for some, you know, good montage shots. After that, we have folders where your items will be saved to. I have mine saving to recordings for some reason. But it clearly says PlayClaw, it just says DX, because I used to be named DX Tory because that's what I used to record with. But now I'm on to PlayClaw, so it's being saved into my PlayClaw folder. So you can choose where you want your files to be stored, which is really cool. After that, you have your general settings, which is desktop mode on, so I can record with desktop, which is what you're seeing right now, which is a really cool feature. You can choose your language, all that, you know, basic stuff as well. And then you have your profiles where you can actually save whatever profiles. So if you're recording for Call of Duty, Battlefield, an MMO, you might want lower FPS. You can, you know, set up different profiles for that. So that's the gist of PlayClaw 5. It has everything you need and it gets rid of everything you don't want. Gonna jump right into the Extinction gameplay. As you guys can see here, it's nice, crisp, clear, 100% 1080p with no bogging down, no frame drop, none of that crap. And if you guys want to get a copy of PlayClaw, it'll be down in the description below. I'm working with the developer right now to get you guys some discount codes, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be holding a ton of contests, hopefully in the near future, to give some serials away for you guys. You guys can have this program free on your computer at all times. As always, guys, it's been fun, and it's been me. And I hope you enjoyed the video.